All right, everyone, welcome back to part two. We're going to get into some matchups for this week. This week, first matchup we're going to talk about the Ramrod Empire, 8-4-1 in third place, taking his evilness over to a matchup with the Big Bad Wolf, 8-5 in fourth place. Third versus fourth, two big teams. A lot of drama going around between the two of us right now in the league. So let's settle it on the fantasy ice. Kyle, who do you have?
Man, oh, what a dream matchup this week. This is a match of the week right here. Um,
I
I,
disagree.
I'm, I'm
PvP,
good.
Sean.
Oh, yeah, that's a pretty big one too. Co-match of the week. I'm gonna go with the Big Bad Wolf, and it's
Wow.
gonna it's gonna come down to some trade involving a 14th and somebody taken in the ass.
That's a pretty specific prediction. Um, But I'm not gonna argue. You're entitled to your opinion. But we all know you can't count out the Ramrod Empire. He just finds ways to win, and this week he is going to win again. Um, so yeah, I'm not gonna say too much more. Just that Team Ramrod is better than all of you, and in the end. Maybe not regular season because they never win regular season. I'm gonna win when it matters, come playoff time. My team is built for the grind. So Team Ramrod for the win. That's what I think, and I will fucking die on that hill every fucking week. That Team Ramrod will win, and if I don't, there'll be an excuse if I don't.
Yeah, usually they target your players for injury.
They
I've noticed
do.
that's happened to you a lot this season.
Already,
It's really
Joshua was taken out. Of the lineup yesterday due to a mysterious injury. It's funny because he finished the game on Friday.
interesting.
I get it. I think someone blew his house down and it collapsed on him.
I think you're right.
Well, the investigation is still going on. When I get more details, I'll let you all know. Shane hasn't lubed me. 3, 6, and 4 in 12th place, taking on everyone loves Raymond. 7, 4, and 2 in 5th place. Who do you have here?
I am. Mark keeps advertising that he's taking it from you without lube. Like he just likes it rough, and it's going to be a rough week for him because everybody loves Raymond, and Raymond's going to beat him silly.
Man, when your asshole is that wide, you don't need lube. It just fucking goes right in like a hot dog down a hallway, boys. Mark just continues to take it every week. That's why you don't need lube anymore.
Yeah, pretty much. Like every time he bends over, the red light goes on. You know, it
He
just keeps scoring on him.
but I'm giving the win to Derek, just to be clear, in case that wasn't clear enough that I think Mark is going to take it as well. Um, his team isn't terrible. It got worse though when trading Meyer and Ehlers for a guy he already dropped in Siplikov that he did try and move immediately after, then like a few hours later dropped. Um, has been good too, but he, like I said, he was a waiver wire pickup last week from Nick. I know because I was talking to Nick when he picked him up. So that's a good eye. I was going to pick him up, but I was waiting to see if Matthews was playing or not. And while I was messaging Nick that, I sent him a screenshot. The notification popped up. Matthews is healthy. So like, okay, well now I don't need a forward. I need a defenseman because I only have an open defenseman slot then. Uh, and he at the same time was kind of like, well, that just made my pickup worse. He was getting better, good ice time, right? Because Matthews was out. So
Yeah, yeah.
they all try the beef. 7, 5, and 1 in sixth place. Taking on the Braden bye week. 10, 1, and 2 in first place. Who do you got here?
Man, I've been so wrong about Braden all the time this year. It's probably like my worst pick for predictions. But I'm gonna go with my boy Daltrey. I believe in Daltrey. I'm a little concerned about his whereabouts, but I believe in him.
He's like that. He just disappears off the face of the earth sometimes. So I'm sure he's all right. I think I saw that he's seen messages earlier, so he's alive, or someone's hacking his account.
Or the
Maybe they're,
person who murdered him is answering his phone.
maybe I hope so. I hope they're a good GM. Hope they're
Oh,
active.
yeah.
I think I've been on the Braden bandwagon for the most part. I don't think he's going to win a championship, but I did have faith in his team at the start of the year, um, making a bold prediction that seems to be panning out pretty fucking well. Uh, for him at least. Well, for me, who made that prediction, makes me look like I really have my fingers on the pulse of the league here. Um, and Braden's sitting in first, so I'm gonna go with Braden. It's hard to go against the guy who's in first place. He only has one loss on his record, two ties, but only one loss, right?
That's
Um,
right.
a few weeks from now, though, Braden, you get your second loss. I'm waiting for it. I can't wait for that matchup. I believe it's the week after I play Nick, so I'm looking forward to that. That's after a 3 week fucking matchup with Nick that I'll have to go with the Braden bye week. I could be wrong. It's around there though. I played them around the same time, so look forward to our matchup, Braden. But I'm picking you to win this week. Apparently, he said he will be on the show next week.
I just read that. I don't believe it though. I don't believe it.
Maybe he'll bring his friend. Maybe he won't be sitting on his lap while
Oh,
they're on.
that'd be cute.
No,
Just holding the other one, arms wrapped around tightly. That'd be really cute. Yeah, Braden, come on the show. Come with and have Chris on your lap.
it would be funny if Chris joined the show and was on there before Braden,
Oh my God, yes.
who's been in the
Yes.
league for like the 5 years the show's been running. Like, I think that would be funny to see this guy before anyone even ever sees Braden. Um, but yeah,
At this point, Braden's like Pokeroo, you know? I'm just saying. He probably is
sounds like a
Pokeroo.
game he plays with the Caucasaurus. Like,
You should probably pick up his Caucasaurus.
he should. I'm losing my patience with people who don't do their share and pick up their last place trophy. Uh, But no, it'd be good to see Braden on the show. Guys, like I said, anytime you guys want to be on, um, let me know. But I'm gonna have a set schedule now. Like I'm gonna tell everyone, I'm not gonna work around anyone's schedule. I have limited free time. I'm just gonna be like, this is when I'm recording. Whoever wants to join me can join me. Um, but everyone is welcome if they can make it. If they want to, that's cool. There's some people who haven't been on the show in a long time. Some people who've never been on the show. All are welcome. I'd love to get Domo on here and hear his crazy thoughts. But
I've never even met the guy.
oh yeah, that was a fucking wild draft because he was at the draft with the whole basketball shoes thing, but he didn't come back to my place where you joined us.
Yeah, where I made my Irish exit.
Yeah, Domo. I guess he still brings that up at the. I think Daltrey told me once he brings up at the dinner table. Oh, you got to bring your basketball shoes and like. Domo really felt like one of the league that day. Right away after he sees this video, because he does watch, he's a big fan of the show. He's gonna post who's trading, because we know he does that every day.
He already posted that today.
Yeah, but well, he can make a repeat. He's not gonna watch the show probably till tomorrow. So then he'll post who's trading, boys. Like, you know, you know who's trading. Come talk. Uh, Speaking of Domo. 5-5-3 in ninth place, taking on Dre. 7-5-1 in seventh place. So that tells me I play Domo next week. Because I seem to play everyone once Nick's done with them. I get Nick's sloppy seconds. Um, that's okay, because once Nick's done with them, I'm gonna pound them even harder. Uh, put him to shame. But yeah, who do you got here?
I'm gonna go with Domo here. I feel like this is a bad matchup for Nick. Normally I'd go with Nick in most situations, but I feel Domo's a bad matchup for Nick, and I feel like Domo's going to clean his clock this week.
Well, maybe, but I'm gonna put my faith in Dre. I just like his roster better. It actually has a keeper base, and he continues to make pickups. moving guys he doesn't want for six rounders, flipping those six rounders for guys he does want. Um, so I think it only helped his team that he got rid of Motombo. I bet you that was hard for him. He's such a huge Habs fan that he's just like he didn't want to let him go, but he did. He made the
Yeah,
tough call. But
yeah.
you got your back here, Nick. I think you're gonna win. And then Domo will take another loss next week. He's gonna have rough go at it here. Mentally bedarded, 4-9-0 and 13th, taking on Svechmi a drink, 5, 6, and 2 in 10th. Who do you have here?
Dan's all rise, baby. All rise.
All rise. Yeah, I hate to give Dan some credit here, but with the state that Kyle's goaltending's in right now with those injuries, I think this should be an easy week for Dan. Um, Kyle could get some good news though because Ingram was sent to the AHL last week for conditioning. So if he can get back in and play well and maybe steal some ice time back from Veg, who took over while he was gone, it could be good for mentally bedarded. I would like to point out, he paid a sixth for Ingram. Uh, I tried to get him for Gibson when Nick had him, and he wasn't down for that for Gibson and Stankoven, straight up, no picks. And I think I'm glad that Nick didn't do that because Gibson has been killing it since he came back. And that would have been a huge mistake on my part. So thank you, Patches, for not doing that. And then thank you for once he was done his stint on the IR after 5, 6 weeks, coming around to ask how much it would take to get him. But he wasn't for sale at that point. So
No.
thank you. You prevented me from making a bad trade. I appreciate that. I appreciate you, Patches. Bitches, 5, 6, and 2 and 11th. Taking on Sorokin these nuts, 6, 6, and 1 in 8th. Who do you have?
Yeah, Casey seems to have fallen apart, so I can't go with him. I'm gonna go with Neil. I know Neil struggled lately, but you know what? He's had some kind of tough matches, uh, and I still kind of think Neil has a decent team, and I think he'll take this week.
Neil definitely has a good team. I think Casey's roster is underrated. Um, like his keeper base at least. He has some really good keepers, those Jersey players. Hintz, Askarov has been playing really well on a bad Sharks team.
Yeah.
Um, it looks like he's ready to stay at the big league. I don't know how long they keep him up, but uh, big for him that he's been playing well. And you know what? His Buffalo goalie has been playing well as well. With all that said, though, I still think Neil will take this week, but I don't think Casey's team is as bad as everyone thinks it is. It's definitely way better than it's been in the last couple of years. And honestly, if he can build on that core, he's going to have a pretty dangerous team in a couple of years. A team on the rise to look out for. At least that's my opinion. But Neil for the win. Patches, 8, 3, and 2 in second, taking on Lyle and Team Rocket, 4, 9, and 0 in 14th. What do you think, Kyle? Do you have your brothers back or are you taking Patches?
Yeah, Lyle's been really mishandling this team, and I might have to take it back from him soon. But I got confidence that he's going to
You
take down
can't you
Patches.
can't you can't take it back. You removed yourself from the league.
Well, I guess we'll have to bring to a league vote and come back in.
I vote Lyle. I just like him better.
Yeah,
You're always
yeah,
close to me,
he's
Lyle.
more handsome, brother. Bigger dick too.
He's more of an asshole, and I like that. I like to associate with other assholes. So
But I'm going to go with Lyle. I think he has what it takes this week, and I think he's going to take Patches down a notch to let the Ramrod Empire rise.
you know what? I will say that you guys were just talking in the chat about how it's confusing to have two Kyles. Well, it's a good thing Kyle is not a GM anymore, boys. Uh, there's Kyle and Lyle now. So you want to talk to Team Rocket? You know to message Lyle. Um, just saying. Don't Kyle has nothing to do with this team anymore. You talk to Lyle. Um, I like that you said the rise of the Empire here, but they don't have a fucking empire. They're barely out of the basement.
I didn't say Rocket.
Oh, I
I
heard
said
Rocket.
I know. I said the Ramrod Empire.
Oh, well then,
Yeah, because I'm going to beat him, and then you're going to pass him the standings. You get what I'm saying?
I see it.
Track
Sorry.
it.
I kind of heard the Rocket Empire. Like I thought you were trying to play on my team name here, but no, you're just praising your emperor and champion. I appreciate that.
Always.
That you're helping him out. Lyle would do that too. That's why I like Lyle better. But Patches, I think, is going to beat you, unfortunately. Would I like to be able to jump him in standings? Yes. But his team has been rolling, and Lyle's has not. Teams going in opposite directions. One's battling for top of the league. The other is trying to avoid taking a golden cock home. Um, so
Speaking of the Golden Cock, the two teams below Team Rocket are playing each other.
I love that. That's my pick of the week for match of the week. Yeah, like third and fourth are playing. There's been some drama there. Yes, they has everything that would be a marquee matchup, but to me, what matters most this week is I want to see who really wants out of this Caucasaurus race. What measures are they going to go to climb out of the bottom? Um, Kyle, who do you got?
Oh, I think Travis has taken the loss. It's going to compound on his gambling losses, and he's going to lose in hockey this week. And it's going to be a double whammy for Travis this week. And he's going to take a cock in the ass and a cock in the throat.
Which he probably is doing right now as we speak. Um, he has to pay for his gambling losses somehow, uh,
Exactly.
and you pay with a pound of flesh. Um, yeah, I kind of think Sean's gonna take this one. Travis just has nothing on his roster. Like he has guys who are gonna be good. Like, don't get me wrong, he has a lot of young prospects who are going to be good. But Sean still has some good players on his roster. The ones that he has aren't available for trade. Those are the ones everyone wants. Um, but he still has a solid roster where he should not lose to Travis. It's unfortunate they didn't play already, because I don't want to see Sean climb further away from Travis in the standings. But I'm not upset if Travis wins the Golden Cock. But my preference would be for Sean to definitely win it.
And
So
we really don't want him to be wasting his time cleaning his mantle for nothing. You
that's
know,
it.
he's
Travis,
got a good spot for it.
get your shit together, Travis. Beat Sean. But I don't think you're gonna do it. I'm gonna vote for Sean because I think logically, and I think logically Sean's gonna win. But I would be more than ecstatic if Travis beat him this week. Um, I don't know what to do to motivate Travis. I don't know.
Apparently, there's not enough traits on the league.
Yeah, maybe we'll have to work on a deal in Elite, buddy. Like, well, work on a deal in Elite if you beat Sean. Like, no, I wouldn't trade just to trade because unless it improves my team, I don't give a fuck. But I would love to see Travis beat Sean. I don't think it's gonna happen. But unfortunately, but this is week 14. That means there's only 1 week left in the first go through. Then we start seeing our repeat matches.
Oh, time for revenge.
I want to kind of take a quick look here and see what we have in store next week. I'm just curious who hasn't played each other yet. Yeah, there we go. I'm playing Domo, which I thought Mentally Bedarded and Mark could be good. Both teams kind of trying to stay alive. Oh, Daltrey versus Sean. I like that. Daltrey, you're my boy next week. Big Bad Wolf and Derek, like that'd be a good match. Oh, you got Dre next week. That's tough.
Oh, easy win for Dre.
No, that makes sense because we played week one and we're coming back around, buddy.
That's right. Shit,
Let's
I got a rough couple weeks.
let's see
Like,
if Lyle has a better shot against me than Kyle did here. Casey Dan will be a interesting match because again, those are middle teams trying to get those valuable points. First versus second will be really good. Um, and then 16th versus 8th. So some interesting matchups. We do have a little bit of time left. Let's take a quick look at the standings before we wrap up. I know we talked about place it and whatever, but Braden is sitting first with 22 points. Patches in second with 18. Right behind him with 17 points, you got the Ramrod Empire on the rise, taking over a galaxy near you. The Big Bad Wolf and Everyone Loves Raymond sitting at 16 points each. If they both win or both lose, the next week's match will be very interesting, right? Because they'll still be tied in points.
yeah,
It'll be the chance to separate. Daltrey and Nick sitting at 15 points in sixth and seventh, respectively. Then you got eighth place. So right now you have Neil and Domo tied at 13 points, but Neil has the tiebreaker because he has more wins. So that could be interesting down the stretch. Um, Fetch Me a Drink and Bitch and Bitches in at 12 points in 10th and 11th. Not far out, 1 point out of the playoffs. 3 points out is Mark. 10 point. He lost last week, but he still stays at 10 points. Still not far out, not out of reach for him. Miracles do happen, Mark. So, well, we all know that because his name's on the trophy somehow. But um, he's not completely out. I know Mentally Bedard is trying to make his decisions whether he wants to keep pushing to go in or who knows, maybe try and think of the future. But he's sitting at 8 points with Team Rocket. So Kyle and Lyle tied for 13th and 14th. The Charlie Brown sitting at 7 points and 15th, and you got Travis round out the bottom. King of the Trash with 6 points.
you know what's really interesting is that Braden has a chance to set a league record for best finish overall.
Assuming what was it like 2 losses,
I think it's three.
3 losses? Well, next week will be a tough matchup for him.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
And then he knows in a few weeks he's going to run into Ramrod Empire, the current emperor slash champion of this league, um, formerly known as the Champion. But he's got some tough matches. Right before me, he has to play Dre, so he has some tough challenges coming up. Let's see if he can pull off a record-setting year. I wouldn't mind because I would like to see Sean out of the record book.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
Fuck that guy. Um, well, thanks for joining me, Kyle.
My pleasure. And if your feelings are hurt, I'm always here. You know, shoulder to cry on.
And a dick to ride on.
Exactly.
No, I appreciate you joining me. I kind of wish other people would have joined, especially with the kind of week that's been going on in the chat. It would have been nice to have some other opinions, face to face and not in chat, in text. Uh, I don't know. I find it's a
I
better
agree.
conversation typically.
I agree. I was hoping to have a conversation on here, make it a little lively, make it an interesting show. Anyway. Mm.
Yeah, it is what it is, the show. But boys, the invite is open for next week. Um, we can always add a segment in where we can actually just talk about anything they want to talk about in the league. I'm all right with that.
Oh,
If
what is that?
you
Wait, what's that called in Seinfeld when they do that?
oh,
Oh, is that like the thing they do at Festivus?
the airing of grievances.
The airing of grievances. Yes.
It's not even grievances. Like just if there's anything that they want to talk about in general about the league, it could be grievances if that's what they have. But come on the show and have your chance to speak your mind, boys. You guys listen to me all the time, rant, trash talk, rant about how great Team Ramrod is and um, how much he's better than you all. And you guys, I'm sure you get good laughs and whatever, but join the conversation. I would like to personally, I would enjoy it if more people would come in and voice their opinion. Everyone will have a chance to speak if they join. I won't interrupt. I know. It's not the same thing in the chat, but in here, I want if you're going to be on the show and talking, I'm not going to interrupt you. I'll let you finish and speak your opinion.
Yeah, but let's get one thing clear. If Braden and Chris show up on the show, we're not letting them finish because there's something weird going on there. And this isn't that kind of show, Braden and Chris. Not that kind of show.
They were already finished beforehand and during. Like, I imagine
Yeah.
he's not sitting on his lap, like.
No.
Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Um, Again, if you guys just don't want me to, if you guys just decide, you don't care about my opinion anymore, you don't want to watch the show, cool. Just let me know, and I'll just stop doing this shit. But if you do want to if you do enjoy it and you want to keep watching, I'll keep making episodes for everyone. Um, I do enjoy talking hockey, and despite stuff going on in the league or whatever. I still love this league, and I know everyone else loves this league, and that's why they're passionate about their opinions on what was going on because everyone loves this hockey league, and they want to continue to see it thrive. And sometimes, people butt heads over how they see uh certain events, and that could prevent it from thriving if everyone's butting heads. But
This
um,
isn't even close to the worst fight in league history.
no,
The the
no,
the,
not at
the, the
all.
Jordan Plumador affair is the worst, probably the worst fight in history, league history.
That was a long time ago. Like
Oh yeah.
some people weren't even around for that. That was before your time, boys. But 10 years of this, you're gonna have disagreements in a 10-year span. Um, I will say though, like, I did apologize like to Corey when I talked to him on Saturday, for my share of it. You know, I didn't acknowledge publicly that I understand his point of view, but I do understand like the optics. I'm not trying to disregard anyone's opinion whenever I do talk, but we all know I am more of a troll. I like to joke around and push the envelope, push things too far sometimes. And maybe that's what happened. Is Monday I thought it was all over, and Monday I went in and I saw more, and I'm just like, okay, and I reacted bad, but I'm just gonna keep being a villain. I'm gonna live the villain dream. But no, everyone should know, and if they don't know, that they should know now. It's not personal. Uh, I don't even think it's personal what on their part either, right? So it's just a disagreement. I feel like me not acknowledging um, their opinion was kind of part of the issue. So I want them to know that, hey, I do acknowledge it. Um, but it doesn't change my opinion, and that's fine. We'll all agree to disagree, and we can all be adults and continue to make this league thrive. But if anyone ever wants to talk about it, I know Corey did mention that he feels that I was trying to make the arguments or the points disappear to silence them. That's not what I try and do. But if you feel that way, then I apologize, and if you really feel a way about something, voice your opinion. I'm not even going to comment on it anymore, like in the chat. I'll just read your thoughts, and I'll let you guys have your opinion. You guys talk amongst yourselves, um, whatever that coalition of people who feel that way, that want to die on that hill. Because I was told it wasn't just Corey. Um, do it. Talk amongst yourselves. Talk in public. Don't be afraid to voice your opinion, guys. That will actually help get change if you guys want change. If you're talking, if you stay silent, nothing changes. But I don't. I will stand by that. I don't think anything was wrong with what happened. Even everyone acknowledged that it was legal, nothing wrong with it. They just kn know how I deal now, apparently. So, if this is coming off a little more assholish than I intend to, I apologize for that. Uh, but yeah,
Rough and no lube.
rough and no lube, boys. That's where we go raw this week. Raw. Um, Sorry, I'm a little bit of low energy from working overtime today, but I had to make that money, boys. But thank you for watching. I know I've been ranting a lot, but a lot's been going on this week, so I just want to clarify things that my intention is never to silence anyone or make them feel their opinion doesn't is invalid, um, whether I like it or not. So for this week, boys, good luck to everyone, except ironically, bad timing, but fuck you, Corey.